Michigan.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to on this Wednesday. Sean Callahan joins us. We have the mailbag today also.
Oh, I love the mailbag.
We got Bill's Thrills, a wild card Wednesday. The windows are up. Yes? You see a breaker out there, Sid?
No, I see something taped to the window is what's going on.
Okay. Can we get to that right off the bat?
We better.
Because I have a video.
Yeah.
You okay? All right.
We both have video.
Yes.
So
I couldn't see my video.
if you guys recall, listeners, Sip, Bill, the conversation we had the week after the Michigan game, I told you about the story of the 2 tickets that flew out of my hand because I'm an idiot and didn't have my wallet on a windy day.
Did they fly out of your hand or your
I was
back pocket?
again just to replay the situation.
Okay.
Out of his pocket.
I left the ticket to go, toward the stadium, toward the Blur Parties event, which I went to a great time, by the way. And there's Josh outside. And I had 2 tickets in my right pocket. As I pulled out my phone in the same pocket for some stupid reason, the tickets flew away in the blustery day. One went way forward and landed on the street over here. The other one went up in the air and went down into a grate just north of
the story never gets old.
Just north of our studio.
I saw the ticket.
So
I saw it.
I showed Bill the ticket 2 days ago, and you have a video. I got it on the text line too. I can't play the video because it will not play.
I couldn't make out the video.
There is a video. Is this from Missing Tooth Greg?
Yeah,
It's Missing Tooth
Yeah,
Greg.
Missing
this
Tooth
is
Greg. Bill, you talked about the idea of putting bubble gum onto what was the device you
A
wanted to put?
dowel rod.
Dowel rod
Yes.
to obtain the ticket.
Yes.
Now
Not a bad idea.
There is video footage on your phone on our text line of the ticket being obtained. It was just taped to the glass,
Yes.
the window. So Missing Tooth Greg has done God's work in getting the ticket out. And
God's work.
why God? Why? And it's even though the ticket is not usable, the game's over.
There.
It is now officially out of the grate.
And you have it.
Here's my question. Does the game count then against Michigan as a sellout? Or is the sellout streak broken?
We got to call Trev.
Trev, we have a situation.
Immediately.
We have to apologize.
I'll get a hold of
here.
LeBlanc immediately. I'll see if he can
Get a hold of
Trev.
Dennis
Call
LeBlanc.
Dennis.
Yes, and see if he can get a hold of Trev.
Good idea.
Call some form of a high administration meeting to see if the sellout streak happened to die because Jake lost his Michigan ticket.
Jake is at the center of swirling controversy.
Streak broken.
Because somebody
Michigan
lost his stupid ticket on the grate. What an idiot. Blame the wind. Blame the wind.
Yeah.
So
Great, good job.
I'm just happy the whole time the ticket was face up, so you can't say, oh, that could be anything. You could see it said Michigan on it.
It was face up.
It was.
I saw it.
It wasn't destroyed by the rain. It wasn't covered up by leaves.
Yeah.
It was still face up in the grate.
So Greg had a rod with duct tape on the end of it.
That's
duct tape. That would work also.
That'd work. Oh, yeah.
That'd work great.
He got high.
I can't remember where the bubble gum thing came from. I don't know if it was the Brady Bunch or some way. That's right.
Not big on the bubble gum idea.
Yeah. Right, but that's right. That's where I came
love
up
the
with
idea.
it.
I think it might have worked.
Yeah, it would have been incredible. It would have been an incredible way to
I think it would have been cooler with the bubble gum. Now I'm glad Greg got it.
Don't say that about Greg.
I mean, come on. Duct tape is great. I'm
pretty sure it was the Brady Bunch. They had to get something out, and they did it with bubble gum. They got it.
High performance duct tape, though.
Yes.
So thank you. Well done, Greg, Missing Tooth Greg, for an excellent job getting the ticket out of the grate and back into society.
And Josh, we should give Josh some credit. I think Josh is the one. How did Greg know where the grate was? Is what I'm getting at.
Well,
Josh told him.
Josh told him.
Yeah.
Did I show you, Josh? Okay, I showed Josh apparently.
Okay, so Josh was
separately
instrumental in this.
Very instrumental in this.
Yes.
So thank you, Josh.
The ticket has been obtained and it's still not usable, but maybe we can talk to Trev about, hey, this.
We just know the streak's still alive.
I was the problem.
The streak's still alive.
It was my fault.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on other radio shows talking about your misdeed.
Railroader Matt says, blame the city for not having removable grates.
Yes.
Why can't I move the grates?
You said one grate was removable that you
One.
couldn't?
I showed Bill the one to the left of it you could pick up. And the guy who was trying to help me out was like, well, just go down there. I'm like, I can't get over there. There's no access to the other side of the grate. And this one you can't pick up.
If I'd have walked by and seen Jake Sorensen down in a hole,
Bill would have died.
That'd have been
Bill
incredible.
would have died. He said, get my phone out. Video this forever.
I've been concerned.
Yes.
But no, so that's okay.
You have the ticket in your person now?
No, Josh, it was just taped. It was just taped to the glass before
and
the show.
I'm going to imagine Trev's going to want to see that.
Yep. Keep that.
Yeah,
we can scan it now after the fact.
Keep it on your person this time.
Don't throw it away, Josh. Don't let the wind take that out of your studio over there, please.
Greg taped it to the window.
He did. He did. So that's a good start to the day there. Thank you, Greg. Anything else for idle chit chat?
I've got
Bill?
something.
Yeah, Bill. What do you got?
I've got something.
Oh God, please, yes.
Nostalgia.
Why?
Nostalgia. Going back in time to a place that was just heavenly that you haven't been to. Now, we're going to go back to.
I know where you're going.
Late 80s. This is late 80s.
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
Knows.
So one of the haunts, the places that we went to often was Madsen's. Bowling alley and billiards. Bowling alley and billiards.
Bowling center.
Pocket billiards.
Bowling center.
Yes. It was incredible. So we went there all the time.
Did you really?
We went there all the time.
Your friends and you?
Yeah, and I think it was
you were on Wesleyan. Yeah,
Wesleyan.
you were Wesleyan. Yeah.
So I was right there. That's where we went all the time. To play pool, but we bowled a lot. That was a big function. A lot of people go out together. We go bowling, whatever.
Date nights.
Date nights, exactly. We had date nights, which was incredible. Which I'll get into sometimes on Bill Searles. I'll go through a date night.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
Because you're erotic.
Yeah, I'll go
erotic.
Joe erotic.
You're neurotic and erotic.
Both. But to go in there and it just felt the same. Now, there's tremendous upgrades that Sarah, a friend of me and myself and Jake Sorensen,
Sarah,
she has it's the family business, and she's come back to run it she came back, her and her husband came back from New York City, and they're running it, and it's just incredible what the small improvements. But when you go back in time and you go to a place that was like, this is the place we went to this many years ago, all the time, you walk back in, it's like, I can remember walking through here like I'm a senior in college. It was like I was a senior in college.
That's a long time ago, though.
It was a long time ago, but it was incredible. But the job that Sarah has done there with
awesome.
That place,
Sarah,
it is just taken
off.
Her?
We can't say last name.
We're not. I'm not sure if I'm privileged to do that.
Yeah, it's Sarah.
Yeah, it's Sarah.
Let's go with Sarah.
Yeah,
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yes.
And she is just crushing it.
Is she?
Just crushing it. But my favorite part was that they'd used old bowling alley lanes to redo their bar top. And the tables.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's regal.
It's regal.
It's regal.
When you walk in there,
that's actually regal.
You want to sit down and spend some time, and then in the background, what do you hear? Pins getting knocked down. Oh, that sound from the distance of pins getting knocked down. It's great. It's also one of the places that operates solely on open bowling right now. So a lot of places you can't go, and there's no open bowling because they have leagues all the time.
Yep.
So theirs is based more like, and it's a very college based, but the lounge is incredible. They started their dart league last week, and it was just like I said, going back in time is a fun thing. It's like
integral.
Yes, you go back and it's just like you feel the same emotion and rush. Like it was like I'm walking through here.
I don't think people realize though that place at Madsen's how big that lounge is. Like it's big. When you drive by, okay, you think it's a bowling alley, which it is a bowling alley, and they got obviously pool. The lounge there is massive. Like there's plenty of room, and they have great food. They got tons of beer options, great drinks. Like they could do a lot of cool stuff there. Their
lunch menu is incredible. They're killing it during their lunch menu. You have to almost fight your way in, but it's worth it.
I got to go there.
Anyway,
Sun Valley's good too.
Some shoulders.
They're all good. Everything's good.
Throw some shoulders.
Throw some elbows.
Throw some elbows.
Okay.
To fight your way in there.
It's Madsen's.
It's packed for lunch.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Packed. You can go there. Check it out. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful
packed
place.
House. Okay.
Madsen's just
ask for Sarah.
Yep.
Okay, I will.
Just south of 48th and Holdridge is where that location.
Phil had a little trouble with us.
I was driving by, and I'm like, did I drive by this? I was on the phone with Sipple at the exact time, and I'm like, nope, wheeled it right up. There we go. Got it right there. Yeah. I don't know if it was one more block down. And it's pushed back. It's hidden a little bit. It's a little bit hidden.
It's a hidden gem.
Yeah, it's a gem. All right.
If you were down on my side.
I don't know if that's. I'm going to tell you right now. That's a place that I'll be frequenting often.
We'll go together, Bill.
Yeah.
We'll bowl.
Yeah. Bowl.
More on idle chit chat.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Not very good. I told you about the situation when I bowled 9 straight strikes in 7th grade.
You did?
I don't recall this
in PE class.
You were athletic.
I threw 9 straight strikes, the place was going nuts, like perfect game. Then I choked it off in the 10th, didn't go like that. So I got so excited. I went and got like shoes and a ball, and I bowled like is off. I'm like 3-4 times a week.
This is amazing, by the way.
3 or 4 times a week.
Really.
Never broke 150 again. Ever.
It was like a
Never.
275.
It was like a 275. It was like
You almost became a bowler.
almost became a bowler because of that one day.
That's
And it was
incredible.
like, and I all of a
I
sudden
had no idea on this.
and I'm thinking that
I had no idea.
so for the next couple of years, whatever, I walked everyone this could be the time for the perfect game.
No.
'Cause I was that close. I had 9 strikes. I had 9 strikes in
And
a
they
row.
got you going.
It got me
Get to
going.
150 every
Okay.
game.
And you
never-
even got your own shoes.
Yeah, everything. I couldn't. Mydrix ran the bowling alley there in Pender. I couldn't get me out of there. I was bowling just as often as I could.
This is amazing.
Yeah. And
This is totally taking me aback.
They
by
stopped the
way.
class. They stopped the class. Everyone's bowling. It's because when we had
you were the man.
we had a what's the word? It wouldn't be a student teacher. We had he's in an interim was doing the teaching at the time. He stopped the class to watch.
I think you have to.
Yeah, stop. It's like-
We got
he was like-
history here.
I mean, 9
I'm telling you,
straight
I'm looking over
strikes.
and I go, I got 4 strikes in a row. Oh, that's good. Pretty cool.
5, 6.
I got 7 strikes in a row. I was
We
like,
throwing
when we
straight
got-
ball. We throwing
oh,
straight
straight ball. Oh, there's no hook. Throwing straight ball. Oh yeah, straight ball. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought I would go.
Did you keep throwing
I'm like-
straight ball as you
I-
pursued your professional?
Yes. Yes.
Nobody throws a straight ball.
I stayed with it.
Nobody throws
I thought
a straight ball.
I thought it was like what Earl Anthony.
Joe says he
bowler.
can see you like Bill Murray in Kingpin, Ernie McCracken. over there.
I love the fact you got your own ball.
Just-
You don't remember what color it was?
I don't remember it,
God damn.
but it's super important. And I don't remember if I got. I'm trying to think if I got my own ball or not. Chris Buwalt's got his own ball, so I don't want to make stuff
That's
up on the
serious
radio.
when you do that.
But I got really serious about the game. I watched.
Got worse
I
and
mean,
worse.
I'm watching it used to come on Sundays at like noon. That's when bowling came. I was watching bowling shows and
yeah,
stuff like that.
of course.
Yes, I was really into this.
You were. So how long did this period last?
About 2 years.
God,
Never. I think
that's a big part of your life.
I think 144 is my next highest. That was it.
that was a big part.
And-
of your,
and
There
you-
were
ever-
games when I didn't throw a strike.
Did your dad ever express any, reservation? Like, okay, let's.
I think we had enough, Bill.
You're our quarterback.
Be the quarterback.
Jake's a pretty good bowler.
Oh, I can see
I
that.
rolled a 200 plus 3 times.
Yeah.
Like 212 is my high score, but not 275. I never got that.
He's pretty
I
good,
feel
though.
really bad. It's
But I'm a straight.
You
I'm
know
a
when you
straight
do
ball.
dumb things.
Straight ball.
So I saved the score sheet forever,
I think you should.
and then now I don't have it. I would
no.
kill for that score sheet right now.
Maybe Sharon
I
has
would
it.
too.
Does Sharon have it?
He's
Possibly?
like, what if I brought it in right now and just showed it to you? It's unbelievable.
I would freak. It would freak me out. Yeah,
I
that
don't-
is
I don't
something I
think-
didn't know
I
about.
don't know if there was ever. Yeah, Miter's bowling out.
You went
Isn't it
hard
cool?
after a bowling career.
It went hard. It went in the paint. So that's
I
also
would've-
brought back the love for Madsen's also.
Good.
There we go.
Madsen's.
Madsen's 48th and just south of Holdridge.
It's
Wonderful
down on my,
spot.
yeah, it's down on my side of town.
It is.
Anybody say, hey, you're a little far north?
A little
aren't you?
far north. They did ask you, is Sip
Josh
coming
doesn't
in?
get it.
Is Sip coming in?
Last thing before we move on.
Yeah.
This is I got a text from Ben Sorensen, no relation,
Okay.
in Canby, Oregon.
Cool. You got a relation in Canby,
He,
Oregon?
he
Canby,
says your
Oregon.
cousin Ben Sorensen. Here. I don't have a cousin named Ben, but you can be my cousin today. He says, quick update on my Universal gym set.
Yes.
My mom was on Centennial School Board and pulled some strings, so the price was only $100. I've asked for pictures of it in my basement, but my parents' house was flooded in 2019 on Brandenburg Lake, so they lost most of our family photos and computers. But,
no.
yeah,
Where,
so we-
Brandenburg, where?
Oh,
It's-
God, I'd love to-
Brandenburg Lake by Centennial.
Hmm.
I don't know. Anyways,
God, I would love to have seen pictures of the universe. He got his own Universal gym
For $100.
for $100. They got it.
and there's no pictures though because the computers.
I want you to
and
think
photo
about
albums
that.
got destroyed in the flood.
Can anybody throw out the numbers of like let's go to 1972? How many high schools were in Nebraska? I wonder if those numbers were. I'll text Babcock. He'll know. I'll text Babcock.
He would definitely know.
Yeah.
Oh, he would
Riley
know.
Jane Hamilton.
Riley
She
Jane
might
would
know.
know. Absolutely. Like that.
Riley
Yes.
Jane
Yes.
Hamilton.
Maybe Ken.
Babcock might know, but
But
he would ask Riley.
But
Jane.
my point is that every school had one. Every school. There was no chance that there was a school that once you got like to 1978 that do you guys have a Universal? Now we're looking into it. You don't
in
have one.
Columbus, I'm sure we had one.
Everyone had one.
I'm sure we had.
Several schools had numerous ones.
the YMCA had a whole room devoted to a universal.
To the Universal
Yeah.
Gym.
A whole room.
Better
Whole
times. That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care, our Idle Chit Chat sponsor. All right, Sip, you were at the post-practice session yesterday.
Incredible. What do you got, Steve?
Marcus Satterfield,
Easy.
Tony White spoke to the
Easy.
media.
Easy. Satterfield.
What was the vibe?
It was good.
Has to be a really good vibe.
They have a good vibe right now.
You just won a game and you're playing a team that you're favored by 6 touchdowns.
Could be 13 and a half.
11.5
Yeah.
points.
Oh, it's down to 11.
Oh no, I don't know. I heard that on the radio today. I heard 11.
13 in the hook, I heard.
Is it? That was yesterday.
Yes, it was 13 in the hook.
Okay.
I'll confirm this right
Anyway, if you have you confirm that, and I'll talk. Satterfield talked. Marcus.
now. 11 is the spread.
Okay.
11 flat.
I would go to the sound. I thought he was asked what Harburg has done to gain an edge.
By you asked him that.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Someone asked him.
Sip asked the question. Here's the response to that question.
Nice.
Right.
Someone asked
Here.
him.
I'm just drilling down on
Oh,
Heinrich
boy.
a little bit, going back to that. What has he done to, even if it's a small separation, what has he done to separate himself?
I think he's just the way that we play football right now. I mean, again, we're going to play whatever style of football it takes to win games and whatever players that we have available. So I think the style of football that we're playing now is very, in his wheelhouse, and I think he's doing a really nice job of taking care of the football. And with a defense like ours, if we just can take care of the football, right, and not be ourselves, we have a chance to have success.
All right. There's Marcus Satterfield on Heinrich Harburg there, separating himself. Nice question, Sip.
Thank you. So Harburg fits what they're doing is a large part of this. Not that Sims doesn't, but we've talked about it, and and Satterfield talked about it. Fits their style, and he's taking care of the football, and they feel good about their defense. I know Michigan happened. It did.
It's happened to a lot of teams, though.
Yeah,
Happened to Minnesota.
but they still believe that their defense is a legit. I mean, you can tell it's not just the coaches, the players talk about it too, that they think they have a pretty good defense and they're going to lean on it. Like Satterfield said, for instance, I don't know, Bill, you understand. Well, this is pretty easy to understand. He was talking about like if they have a 3rd and 11 in their own territory, he's just got to suck it up and say, we're hand it off. Let the defense just punt, hand it off and punt, and let the defense carry you.
I think you always obviously just want to call the game intelligently. Mm-hmm. I think you want to be able to give your team a chance, which I'm sure they do. I'll have a hard time believing that like every time it's 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 11 that they're just gonna run inside zone and punt it. I think they will attempt to get first downs, and that can also get you a first down, right, especially when they're in certain defenses that will allow
inside zone
can allow that. So they're going to do whatever they can to try to do the best they can for every play call. But right now, if the biggest deciding point in the 2 games, or the first 2 games that were losses, were turnovers. That was the biggest deciding point of it. And I'm sure if they look back, they'd say, well, if we just didn't turn it over, we turn over once per game, and it's probably wins on both cases.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's probably not probably, but that's how they'd be looking at it.
For sure, Minnesota. For sure, Minnesota. Yeah. Now, meanwhile, Jake, if you have that sound on, Satterfield talked about Sims, who remains a key player in all this because he's number 2, but he's not a distant number 2, and apparently his attitude has been good. Now, people get really cynical about this stuff and roll their eyes and say, "What do you expect a coach to say?" My read is it's genuine. Go ahead.
Well, he's one of the main leaders. He's one of the main leaders on our football team. He's a single digit, and it's not going exactly to plan. We both understand that, but he does not flinch. He's a tough kid. He's a great teammate. He coaches all the other quarterbacks, during practice when it's his turn to go get reps. He does it at a high level. Had a really good day today throwing the football. There's going to come a time when we're going to need all 3 of those guys to win games, towards the end of the season. So I think they're all locked in. They're all trying to get better. They're all ready for when it's their turn, and when they're called upon, they're going to be ready to roll.
I got a question for you guys. And nobody's asked this. I didn't know how, and I didn't even know if it was appropriate to ask it.
Ask it.
Well, I didn't know if this was appropriate to ask Satterfield or Rule. I thought, I was kind of sitting there thinking, do I do this? How long is, you can't ask this, but I can ask you guys, how long is Harburg's rope? I mean, how much leeway does he have? We know he's the starter now, but how much rope would you give him?
I would imagine he has quite a bit.
You think?
I would think there'd be quite a bit. It's just to try to avoid some sort of like knee-jerk reaction of looking over your shoulder. And the reason I say that the most is that they're very, very comparable with the style of game, with what they do, with their feet, with how they can run the football, that the offense is the same offense. So it's not, well, you know what? He adds this other dimension that really helps us. The dimensions are very much the same with both of them. And so the style of game of how we're going to call the game. Point. You might be in a time like that. It's like, well, I'm taking a look at this, but we know that
he change everything.
Change everything. So I think because of that would also make it, be in that dynamic of a fairly long rope.
Yeah, there's that, and then if you have Anthony Grant sound, that'd be great. The other thing, the other question that hasn't been asked, there's been all this talk about Anthony Grant and his fumble issues. It was addressed again yesterday. And I wanted to ask Rule, then I thought maybe I should ask Satterfield. I didn't, because, you don't want to take over a press conference. I already asked a couple questions. Is he the starter or not?
Anthony Grant?
Yeah. I don't know. We've talked a lot about him. But nobody's really said any. I wanted to ask that question. Is he the starter? Just play the sound and see what you think.
Well, we need him. I mean, he's a talented running back. He's one of the most talented running backs, in our league. But if you can't hold on to the football, now you start messing with, wins and losses in people's lives. So, until people are prove that they can handle the pressure of carrying the responsibility of carrying the football, then we're not going to put him out there and put him in those situations. So he had a good week. Continued to emphasize that EJ's done a really nice job just daily. You got to be careful. It can't be like the ninth inning and you're going out there, hey, you have a no-hitter. You can't be that, right? Because then it begins to backfire on you. But I think that EJ's done a really nice job of working with Anthony. Anthony's been very mindful of what he needs to do to get back on the field.
Based on that response, I think it's a fair question for you to ask. It's like, we can't put you out there if we don't trust you. When you're affecting wins and losses. I expect him to start on Saturday, but with that comment, I can see why you have reservations or hesitation there.
We have to mention this. The depth chart that they handed out yesterday does have Anthony Grant 1. It has Fleeks 2, Emmett Johnson 3, for what that's worth. So I would ask Bill this question.
Did Fleeks just carry the ball once?
Yeah, against Illinois. One time for 1 yard. Here's the question I'd have for Bill. Now, here's another thing, just so you can get into a sports writer's mind a little bit. I don't think coaches like always direct personnel questions. Because who's the starter? Would that have been out of bounds for me to say, hey, is Anthony starting this game? Is that the deal?
It's not out of bounds. It's a little gray as far as how there's so many things that are just assumed, like, hey, who's going to be your starting punter? Well, it's Brian. That's our starting punter. We all know this. So when it gets to that, it gets a little bit that's not a question you want to answer. That really is a question for a head coach.
Yeah.
It's definitely a question for a head coach more so than assistant or coordinator. That was always, anytime I've always deferred everything when it comes to those, unless it's just so easy that you can't even imagine it.
Derrick Henry, Tennessee.
Yeah.
No questions there.
It's kind of, 3 interceptions, Caleb Williams, USC. Do you set him down? No, probably not. He won the Heisman last year. You set him down? No, we're going to stick with him. Probably going to ride him down. You're going to ride this one out.
Set him down.
Set him down.
Yeah.
So but that is always in my opinion, a head coach question.
I got you.
If there's any sort of debate, controversy, whatever, I'd always defer like that. Head coach makes all the final decisions. He's doing really well. We're preparing him to play and that. But it does when it is a hard when there is verbalization that that if you fumble you don't get a play, because last time when he fumbled against Minnesota he didn't play the next game. He didn't play against Colorado. Right.
So I'm with Jake on this. I do expect him to be the starter. I think it'd be odd if he wasn't.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that struck me the most out of all of yesterday's comments was Satterfield 3 times going back to how strong the chemistry is, which Bill understands because he's talking about the whole team, not just I'm talking about the defense. Satterfield obviously talks about the offense, but he also talked about how strong the chemistry is throughout the team. It's just a bunch of good dudes, is my read.
Yeah,
that's what he said, by the way.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that were on the team that have been there for a long time.
Yeah,
that have a good thing, and
you had them last year on defense,
and also the separation is too at times, and things are like a couple of years ago. I think Nebraska had Ohio State, Michigan. Even last year, it's like you're playing one of the best Illinois teams they've had in 20 years.
Yep.
You're playing one of the best Purdue teams they've had
in
a long time.
While,
yeah.
Minnesota won 9. So you had all these games. You go, oh man. And right now the vibe is really good because I don't care how you cut it. You watch TV and you watch scores and you look at them and you go, hang on,
we can do this.
We're not going into 2 years ago at Michigan they won 11. I mean, Michigan's going to win 2 this year.
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State. Yeah, Michigan State. You're
right.
They're a
They're
mess.
a mess.
Yeah. And so you just look down and you say, well, I was playing really good. They're averaging like 11 points a game. So if we can somehow get a couple safeties and a couple field goals, we win.
We're good.
Yeah,
good to go.
And so
that helps.
So your chemistry helps morale a lot after you just won a game.
Mm-hmm.
Because just think about it, the week before they lost to Michigan, and it wasn't a good.
The morale was bad.
Wasn't good.
Well, I don't know if the morale. I don't know if it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, but when your future,
I don't know if it's bad.
Because all you ever want in life is ever one thing. What's the one thing you want in life? Every day.
Shot.
Hope.
Chance.
Just hope. And now the hope is not like. It's not kind of like, well, we hope. It's like beyond real.
Thank you for saying
that you have games ahead of you, and all 6 of them. And the one you might say, well, the one we look at is Maryland. They just lost to Illinois. Yep. And people go, well, Illinois played better. And like, timeout.
Hold on. Oh,
Purdue put 44 on.
Would you please?
Purdue put 44 on.
Would you please imagine Brett Bielema sitting right here? You'd want to say something respectful.
It'd be respectful, but I'm not going to jump on the Illinois.
The man was sitting right here.
I'm not jumping on the Illinois bandwagon. I've seen him on TV live. I saw him barely win versus Toledo. I saw him barely win against, and then I saw Purdue roll in there and hang 44 on him.
Once again, pretend like Brett was sitting right.
Hey, Brett, how you doing, big boy?
But they still had a win, and wins still feel the same.
Right.
And then again, like every game that rests the way. That the spot you're in, because if you just look at it, they're in great position. It's the most winnable schedule that Nebraska. They're going to play one ranked team the entire year.
It'll never ever again be this manageable. That's what I've always. Yeah. That's what I keep saying. Yeah. I won't say it again, Jake.
Phil said that a lot too.
Tony White. Tony White was also part of this. Do we have a few? Do we got to get out?
No, we get a little bit of time.
Do you have the quote about what the goal line stand at Illinois?
I don't have that one, but I'd like to have you tell us what he said.
Here's what he said. The feel, I wonder, he might have this. The feel after that play, he said, was that now we can do anything. He said, I keep expressing the fact that the young men on the grass train all year to get big and fast and strong, and then they go through drills and go through practice. But when they do it in games in front of everybody, the validation and confidence, you see it right then and there. He said when they ran to the sideline after that play, Van Poppel made the play. When they ran to the sideline after that play, you felt like they can do anything tonight. Anytime the defense had to run on the field, those guys were geeked up. Rule said on Monday that play was a pivotal moment, and we could look back on it and say that was I don't want to say a turning point. That was a critical moment in the season because of what it did for the defense.
Well, the defense was remarkable the rest of that game. They didn't do anything. They gave it one touchdown, the long pass to Bryant, and that was it. Yeah. That was it. After a good opening drive by Illinois that stopped at the goal line.
Yeah, and let's be clear. This defense did have momentum from last season. Bills, was part of that defense that came off an Iowa win. Came off of a strong stretch run. Pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, it was good.
It was good.
And it's many of the same guys. So this isn't just a recent uprising. This has been a good defense. And I think they were stung by Michigan. I think it hurt. I think it pissed them off. I mean, if you saw the guys, they were, for instance, MJ Sherman, who wasn't here last year, was just angry. And I think they've responded pretty well. Now, again, I don't want to go too far down the line here because they've only won one game since Michigan. You got to see what they do here on Saturday. But, man, Northwestern, I mean, come on.
11-point favorite right now.
They're just – Northwestern's
They're
not
disarray,
much.
but they've won 3 games still. You got to give them credit for that.
They're not much, though.
They barely beat Howard 2 weeks ago.
They didn't get 300 on Howard.
Howard had 297.
Howard's
was 2-4.
You should lock
How
them
did
down.
they beat Minnesota?
You should lock them down, but I'm not doing this thing. I'm not. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like, oh, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I'm not counting on Nebraska to win this easily. I'm not. I don't know that. I don't. Their problems on offense are monumental. Nebraska's.
I'm not. Like I said,
they're monumental.
They've had injuries and they've had some struggles. If you just look at
big injuries,
you just look at the numbers. With where they're ranked. No, the numbers aren't good.
Oh.
But like I said, Northwestern does not match up well defensively with them unless they change their scheme dramatically. So that will be a very poor matchup. Coming off of a bye week, home game, all those things, and being in disarray. Even though they're 3-3, I don't know if you can get bigger disarray than having your head coach let go.
Right.
Because also at that time there were some, whatever the allegations are, whatever was going on, he was, I think across the board, was fairly beloved. Even at the current time, so I don't think it was like, thank God he's gone. Now we kind of.
I don't think it was that.
I don't think that was. No. I think it was very, very.
I don't
beloved.
think
Whether what all happened, that'll all play out. But he was beloved by his players. And then all of a sudden, when this happens, just like this, like I did at Michigan State, every coach knows that they're gone. There's no one going to be there after this year, and so they're all going to be out of there. And so when you're coaching and do that, and you have limited players, they're
limited,
just very limited players.
The big thing is, though, you're right. The matchup is very good for Nebraska. It's an example of a matchup that you look at it, you say, yeah, Nebraska, this is a good one for Nebraska. When we come back, we'll talk to Husker Online, Sean Callahan, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
After being Lincoln's #1 trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company for 27 years, John Henry's is proud to announce we now offer electrical services. Call today to book a full range of electrical services by our licensed, background-checked professional electricians. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Now offering electrical.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Blecker and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Blecker and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
The weather is getting colder, the leaves are falling, and hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Couple days away from Nebraska Northwestern in Lincoln. Huskers 11-point favorites against the Wildcats. We're joined now by Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. It was obviously a bye weekend for Nebraska this past weekend. So one of the main topics that people were concerned about was one of your top commits, Carter Nelson, was seen at Notre Dame for the USC game there. What's your update there, and should Nebraska fans be concerned regarding Carter Nelson's commitment to the Huskers?
Well, what's interesting is Matt Rule spent the entire night before in Ainsworth at the school and at the game watching Carter Nelson play. So, that it was, then he got on a plane and drove out there. So Nebraska knew about what was going on. Notre Dame had been pushing extremely hard. I mean, they're just not taking no for an answer. And, they convinced him to get out there. When somebody from their community went with them that was a huge Notre Dame fan that wanted to go to the game. They went, they came back, and his family immediately said, "Hey, we're still committed to Nebraska. Nothing's changed. We'll be in Lincoln for the Northwestern game on Saturday." So, no, I don't. Sure, there's always something to worry about in recruiting, but I think things are solid with Carter Nelson right now. Even after the trip to Notre Dame.
Okay, that's something to watch. It's a pretty big story to watch, but it seems under control for Nebraska. Also happening was Nebraska just offered, I'm going to say Damon Demas, who's a receiver at Garden City Community College in Kansas. This is a former 5-star, former high school 5-star, who got into some legal trouble. What's the situation here, Sean? This is This is a 6'2", 200-pounder. This is the kind of receiver you need.
Yeah, he was dismissed at A&M over a year ago.
Okay.
And now he's at Garden City Community College. He's a 2-to-play-2 guy. Started his college football career in the 2020 season. Was a 5-star, ranked ahead of guys like Jackson Smith-Ajigba back then. So he's a very talented player. Had an assault charge in some situations at A&M where he was dismissed at A&M. We actually met him last summer, Sip, at the satellite camp in Houston. That night we were out there. He was there, just hanging out, watching, and he had crossed paths with the Nebraska staff there for the first time. His legal situation is in a probationary period right now,
Mm-hmm.
and when that's completed, that will all be behind him at that point. And Nebraska offered him this week, and it was his first offer he's received since getting to Garden City Community College. But this is the kind of guy that could come in and help them right away. I mean, and you look at he knows the situation in Nebraska. He's like, I understand they basically lose all their top guys next year. So there's an opportunity there. And he was just very grateful for Nebraska to give him this opportunity because of what he's been through. And Matt Rule's probably vetted this situation hard before they actually came in with that offer.
You talked to Tom Minnick yesterday, a guy we know, the Garden City Community College head coach. What did Minnick tell you about Demas as a player?
Well, Brian Munson did actually. Munson talked to him last night or earlier in the day yesterday, but he's raved about him. Just said he's come a long way, and that situation was a tough deal he went through. It's all behind him, and it's one of those things. There's a lot of sides of the story. It never got taken to court. And you can Google it and basically decide whatever way you want to think the situation went. But he sees what he sees at Garden City and thinks the kid deserves an opportunity, and he's glad that Nebraska at least has jumped forward with that. And Minnick was the coach at Arizona Western way back when, so he's coached a lot of guys with ties that have played in Nebraska, so he's familiar with the program up here too.
Talking about Husker Lions, Sean Callahan. Sean, regarding Nebraska's current team, they got 6 games left. Again, they didn't play last weekend, but we saw Wisconsin, the favorite in the division, lose to Iowa at home 15-6. We saw Illinois, who Nebraska just beat 20-7, go on the road and beat Maryland. We've already talked about the schedule not being overly tough, but did your thoughts on the schedule even get more favorable after this weekend, Sean?
Yeah, there's just a lot of quarterback issues in the conference, and in the division alone, I think 5 of the 7 teams are playing backups now at quarterback. If you count Harburg in that discussion, I believe Purdue is one of the few that still has their starting quarterback intact to start the year in the division right now. So it is unique in that sense. Minnesota obviously still has their guy too, but it's wide open. It's defense, it's punting, it's special teams, it's field position. That's how you win in this division. There isn't a lot of elite wide receiver play. There isn't, Braylon Allen would be considered an elite running back, but he's nicked up. It's all about how you play, and I think Matt Rule and his team have tried to embrace that style. Now they're going to have to play to win down the stretch. But there's a real opportunity. But as Matt Rule and others have said, we can win all these games, we can lose all these games. I mean, it all comes down to how you prepare each week and get ready for them.
Regarding this upcoming game against Northwestern, Sean, Nebraska, 11-point favorite as of this morning. What kind of game are you expecting? Is you see an ugly game? You'll run the football type. What do you expect to see on Saturday?
Yeah, it's hard to see any of these games down the stretch getting into the 30s. I mean, I think you're going to get a game in the 20s again. And, if Nebraska can execute and get the field position and get pressure. I mean, Northwestern has given up a ton of quarterback pressures. I think getting pressure on them and creating some turnovers, that will be big. And, that they haven't played they played at Minnesota, but they haven't played in a tough road atmosphere yet. I mean, I believe the Penn State game was in Evanston. So get them on the road and utilize the home atmosphere. I think that will be an X factor for Nebraska too.
Sean, you had a great point the other day you made about Bryant Ferentz and this threshold that he has in his contract, which is Iowa has to average 25 points, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You had this. You noted this. It's fascinating, guys. This is fascinating. There's only one team in the Big Ten West that's averaging 25 points. all the offensive coordinators would be fired under Iowa's parameters.
It's amazing.
Yeah, only Wisconsin's offensive coordinator Phil Longo would survive under those terms, and they're not great. Every offensive coordinator would be fired under those parameters.
Yeah, that's why it's silly to put a metric like that on anything in a contract, because there's so many things that are uncontrollable.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Thanks, guys.
Husker Lions, Sean Callahan.
Illinois is averaging 20 points a game. Purdue's averaging 23. Nebraska's averaging 19. Minnesota's averaging 21.7. Northwestern's averaging 22. Iowa's averaging 20.9. I mean, that's every offensive coordinator except for Longo would get fired under those parameters.
I have to push back hard on Sean's last statement,
which
was that it's silly to have those kind of parameters because for this reason, it's really fun to talk about. Super fun.
It is.
Yeah, so
it's good talk for the radio, man.
Yes, it's super fun to talk about.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre things to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, and how they'll finish, like right now, from when you watched the Wisconsin team, and then with a loss of quarterback, they're not going to average 27. You look at it, and it's like no, it'll go down dramatically. And then there's so many keys. That was like me. Remember, I was on that Penn State bandwagon. That was really Penn State, go State.
Yeah, so is Jake.
Yeah, it was like that until I started looking pretty close.
Ooh, there's the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's like, okay, Penn State's the number one defense in the country.
Okay.
Remember, I always say schedule.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're playing well because if you can play, if you're not any good, you'll give up points to lesser teams. But their schedule: West Virginia, Delaware, West Virginia home, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Northwestern, UMass.
Good God.
Pretty simple. So
I mean,
no, not simple. Those are terrible offenses.
That is as simple.
Yeah.
There's no one that's had an easier route of if you're the defense playing the offense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how do we stop Iowa? How do we stop Northwest? What do we do, guys? We're watching film. I don't know what you do.
I think Delaware's pretty powerful.
Delaware, yeah. What about UMass?
Oh my God.
I mean,
that's awful.
So you have to give them credit because one is one. But I'm just telling you, the schedule, when you talk about this, that's why it's so different in college with what your numbers are and what you and who you can potentially really be, because you get to alter the schedule. In the NFL, you might catch a few breaks and your league is down, but it's still 32 teams with the same and they all have the same salary cap.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, the Giants don't. Giants this year, they're just not doing it. They're not doing the salary cap. They're going to go half. Just going to go half of it.
Right.
They're not. And so when you get down to the end, it's like now when you watch it on film, you can kind of say, "Oh, that's pretty good." Remember,
they're good.
They're really good. But I push back on just this sheer dominance. And at the same time with that schedule, let's go again: West Virginia, Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, Northwestern, UMass. That same schedule, they're like 44th in offense.
See, you wonder.
So 44th on offense, and you've played no one on defense.
Yeah, and you're not going to wonder this Saturday.
Yeah, and so
because they're going to the
shoe.
They're going to the horseshoe.
Yeah.
They're going to the horseshoe.
They're going to the shoe.
11 a.m. game. You guys love that
they're
kickoff.
4.5-point dogs right now.
Are they?
Actually, 4-point favorites is Ohio State in that game.
I don't think it'll ever be close. I think Ohio State.
Are you just saying that?
I think Ohio State gets out to a 14-0 lead. They're going to jump on them. I think it's going to be a 31-17 game.
So you've changed your tune because we got in a pretty sizable argument that you guys thought Penn State was the best team in the conference.
Well, you made Ohio State sound as if when they beat Notre Dame like by 17-16 that they had
Don't switch it up on me.
Scored 600.
Don't switch it up on me. So you don't think Penn State's the best team? You think
I'm pushing back on it now.
That's fine.
I'm pushing back after more research.
That's what I thought.
I'm pushing back after more research.
I was taken aback by it. Now I would say Michigan's the best team in the league.
Yes, I don't think I had Penn State the best in the league. I think I had them over Ohio State. I think that
perhaps.
Was the push. Yes, I think that's perhaps.
So Ohio State, you think will run them out of the shoehorn?
I think it'll. I think they'll get up on them 14-0.
So last year, these two games, Penn State was tied or tight at halftime with both Ohio State and Michigan, and then they got blown out in the second half.
See, now
that's what happened last season.
Would that put pressure on James Franklin?
No, there's no pressure.
Shouldn't be. He's top 10 team.
There's no
number
pressure
7 in the
there.
country.
Well, does he have to win a Big Ten title at some point?
It's hard to do.
Well, of course it's hard to do, but
Who are
he's
they gonna
making
go-
$10
who are they
million.
gonna- who are they gonna hire?
I mean, is their fan base saying, I mean, it's okay if you don't win it, it's fine.
Oh no, they'll be angry.
Yeah,
they'll be angry. But like I said, but they also have no flaws.
It's hard to
They don't turn the ball over. They run the ball. They have a good offensive line, so they don't have any flaws. So it's not also if we come in here on Monday and they won the game, you won't be just like it's not a head scratcher.
No,
it's not a head scratcher
No,
at
not
all.
at all. Not at
But I think Ohio State is just primed for a big start. For a
God, I don't know.
If they jump up on them 14-0, that's what I could see happening.
No, I won't be watching it.
11 o'clock kickoff.
We
Why
might
not?
have it on here when you do your pregame show. You can watch for a little bit before you head to the station.
Have it on the
stadium.
monitor.
But the schedule. Now, real quick, if you want to talk on the general thought on how coaches, what I was raised on recruiting and visits for other people. Talk about Carter Nelson going to Notre Dame. So under the Ed Ogeron thing, when people would say, "Hey, listen, he's committed to us," a lot of times it's like, "I want to go on a trip. This is my one chance to go on a trip, do anything." So his theory was, he's like, just keep him out of the conference. Don't let him trip Alabama. Mickey Joseph was the best at it on not allowing his top recruits, and we all worked on. That's all we worked on. Keep him away from Auburn. Keep him away from going to Georgia. Don't do all this. They all had those offers like that. If all of a sudden he goes, "I want to go to USC for the weekend," have at it. Go ahead. Then also, it's real critical about being cool because you want to make that strong statement. Sometimes, if some coaches have in the past, you go on a trip, you have no scholarship here. You're really not in that position to say that.
No.
And most of your times, you're not in that position. So the best thing is like someone says, "Coach, I really want to go. If I'm at LSU, I want to go to USC." That's awesome. Have a great trip. I just be like, I love competition. I love when you go there because you're going to see when you go there how much better this place is. So please go look.
Go look.
So go look. It's kind of like, it's like,
God bless you.
That's beautiful.
If your girlfriend's going to go hang out at the mall, maybe look at maybe talk to some other guys or something like that back in the day like that. Like
Jerry.
Yeah,
Godowski.
yeah. Don't be texting her like every 10 minutes. You okay? What's going on? How you doing?
Right.
No.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. Enjoy. Don't say a word. Be cool. So you have to have your coolness when you're in the recruiting process, and don't look panicked. But in general, what you
Thank you. I'm going to use this in a column.
Yes,
we already knew that.
That was
Keep talking.
You don't want him going, like I said, you don't want him going to one of your big competitors in your league.
Stay out of the league.
Stay out of the league. Stay out
So
of
if
your
Carter
region.
Nelson went to Michigan,
yeah, you'd be, yeah,
it's not cool.
Kind of like that. That's you
or
want to
Iowa,
avoid.
or Iowa.
But and then also at the same time, boy, you better have your thumb on the pulse. I tell you want to get caught in a crossfire. Have one of your recruits visit someplace, and you haven't let the head coach and everyone else know that you knew about it. There's no way to hide it anymore. So if all of a sudden it's like on Monday, "Hey, did you know he was going to Auburn?" Yeah, I did. You didn't say anything. We didn't talk about it. We didn't have that. So you better, or if you get caught off guard, so you're better off on Wednesday. "Hey, coach, just so you know, so and so is going to go to Iowa this weekend."
Josh, cut that sound for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need that. Hey, Josh, I need all that.
Can you write this article like while you're sitting here?
Write it right now. When we come back, song of the day in the mailbag and early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their pumpkin chai cream cheese, great with any bagel. Or have a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And of course, an apple pie dirty chai latte. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no 2 opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no 2 cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
The weather is getting colder, the leaves are falling, and hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You walked into the room. There was voodoo in the vibe.
Once again, your song of the day, So Into You by Atlanta Rhythm Section from 1976. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Good God, Jake. Yeah, what was yesterday? Didn't you hammer one out yesterday that was really good?
I think so.
I can't remember, but man, what's gotten into you?
He's bringing some stuff out that's unbelievable.
That is what? Yeah,
it's like all of a sudden it's like Roger Clemens showed up and he's throwing and he's throwing nothing but knuckleballs. He's a changeup. It's
doing with us.
Yeah, it's incredible changeup.
Yeah.
Jake.
Breakouts.
Oh, we played the Who yesterday.
I did, and I played a Monday Night Football song on Monday. Hank Williams Jr.
No.
You guys gave it a good rating.
The Who was really good. ARS. Now, Bill, see, my grandma and grandpa, my grandpa had albums, and it was like Charlie Pride albums and a lot of grandpa albums.
Yeah.
But he also had ARS for some reason. So when I went to my grandma and grandpa's place, I would play that ARS all the time. And I thought it was unbelievable. That song is unbelievable. I don't know. I can't. I'm just almost startled that you did this. Where'd you find that? 9.6.
Why does it matter?
Just a 9.6677. 9.667.
That's a very high score.
It was a great song.
I saw Bill singing this. I looked over there.
The Atlanta Rhythm Section, the name of the band's a 10.
It is
just the name of the band is a 10. The vibe that they set is so high.
Think about it.
I mean, it's just, you knew all the words to that song.
You knew it.
It was just, it's kind of
it's erotic.
Yeah, it's definitely erotic, Joe erotic. Yes.
Chill erotic. It's Joe erotic and chill erotic. It's chill.
Yeah, I can see it being played. It's either being played
where?
That's the song it's like 2:30 in the morning. That song's being played.
Why?
Just 2:30.
Okay.
It's a late night.
Yeah.
Things are kind of mellowed out a little bit.
Okay.
It's just you're kind of hanging out, so you're still awake. That's what's being played.
Sunday morning, 2:30.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna go with a 79946.
Good score.
Those are good scores.
Now, Jake, I want you to imagine. I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes, but think about how odd and how striking that song would be if it came out right now.
Oh,
you'd be like, "What? What?"
I said, "What is this, Jim?"
Yeah, you'd be like, "What is this?"
That's new music. What?
Yeah,
what year was
you'd be
this,
startled because it's so good.
1976.
Right in the wheelhouse, just right in the funplex, just right in the funplex.
I love
You
it.
would be freaked out because you'd be like, "Okay, this can't be." Nobody makes music like that
There was a
anymore.
song about 5 years ago. You were surprised by the revivalists. Like,
okay,
you said it sounded like an old school song. It fits all the eras, and this song would fit all the eras too. Bring it back. We gotta guess Josh's score. Want to guess?
Ooh, I bet you 8-2.
He's got good music taste. Josh really does have good musical taste. Yeah, I like Bill's guess.
I'll go 7-4. 7.3. Nice groove, comma, creative.
Yeah. Comma,
creative. Yeah.
Nice groove.
Had to get the comma in there.
It is creative.
It is
creative.
You asked me where I found it, so it's a good sign.
Yeah, it's really creative. Okay, what breakers say?
Before we get to that, play Legal ID. Hang on a second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The Breakers are saying this on the song of the day. Guilt Nerd 2.0, not good. Mike and Dalton, 8. Rod says 9, age 60. 60 years old for Rod.
In his wheelhouse.
John in Southeast Lincoln, a 4. Who in Columbus, Bill?
Bird.
A 7.
Okay.
How about that?
That's 3 straight good scores by Bird.
That never happened.
Tyson,
please tell me Corey rated the song today.
I'm checking. I'm scrolling up still.
All right.
Is Sanderson? Anything from Sanderson?
I'll read the score if he's on here. 7.1 from unnamed texter. Scott in Cortland, 8.5.
Good.
Husker Cav, 9.5. Pops in Minnesota, a 5. Sanderson is here. Gives it a 5.
Nice.
Okay, Sandy.
Okay. Sanderson. Hubby, 7.7. Jennifer, a 7 from Novotny Nutrition and Wellness.
Figured the household was like that.
The dude from Columbus says 6.75.
Oh, the dude.
Cool name.
The dude. How about that? Who are you? I'm a dude.
9.81 from somebody in Minnesota. Don't have an. Oh, that's Scott. Scott at Lake Coronis, Minnesota, to be exact.
Ooh.
Dan in Lincoln gives it a 2.7.
Come on.
Craig says worst song ever, -100.
That's a strong statement.
I do not see Corey and Lincoln on the text line.
Corey,
today.
where are you?
Yeah, where are you at?
Seriously.
Come on.
I do wonder on that. So I got to think Corey would like that a lot.
I would think so as well. Tyson Bird gave it a 7.
His friend.
I mean, come on. They're usually very similar scores.
So people know, I don't think they would mind us saying this. Tyson and Corey are friends.
Yes.
They came to the...
Tyson is Bird.
Yeah.
Yes. People.
Yeah,
Bird and Corey are friends. How about that?
Yeah, Bird and Corey came to the event at Double Eagle Golf together.
Yes, they were there for like 5 hours. Montana Husker 7.32, Drew and Wahoo a 7. There's your ratings on Song of the Day. Again, So Into You by Atlanta. Rhythm section. It's time for the mailbag. Let's fire it up. The mailbag, as always, is sponsored by our good friends at Double Eagle Golf. You just mentioned it there, Sip, Bill, that we were out there for remote.
It's incredible.
They've got fall leagues going. They're packed. But guess what? You can still book a time at doubleeagle.golf. They've got 5 bays. They've got food. They've got drinks. It's perfect. It's getting colder outside. But guess what?
Come inside.
Don't put the clubs away. In fact, play more inside at Double Eagle Golf, West O Street, Kinetic Sports Complex, doubleeagle.golf, the place to sign up.
Doubleeagle.golf.
Yes, .golf, not com, .golf. First question from John on the mailbag. Says, my question is, if you could go to any concert to see a performer or group that you have not been able to see, who would it be?
Hey, hold it. Is it dead or alive?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I got mine. Mine's easy.
Well, no, can I set the parameters? It has to be alive.
It takes a lot of fun out of it. It takes a lot of fun.
Can you give us both, Bill? You're alive and dead one.
Well, I know, but I asked the question, and Jake said dead or alive.
I'm just going off what John's question was.
What is this? Did he specify?
He says, once again, if you could go to any concert to see a performer or a group that you didn't get to go to.
Oh, okay.
So it could be deceased then. Who would it be?
Dead's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Dead's fine.
Give your concert.
I don't know yet. I got to think
You
about
had
it.
mine would Johnny Cash. It's not even close.
Johnny Cash would be awesome.
Johnny
That's a
Cash
good
would
one.
just be incredible.
I'm just gonna say the four Johnny Christopher.
The Highwaymen?
The
That'd be
Highwaymen.
a great concert also.
Yeah, I'd want to see the Highwaymen.
That'd be a great concert.
Johnny, Chris, Waylon, and Willie.
Yes, I couldn't imagine it. But Johnny Cash,
I've imagined it.
When you go back and listen to him more, his popularity is from all that group. He's the one where his popularity now is even much bigger. It is just escalated. As people listen to it now, they're like going, "This guy was incredible." Yes, Johnny Cash.
I'm going to go with Tom Petty.
Okay,
because I never saw him.
I'm good.
I regret not seeing him.
That would be second for me.
Tom Petty for me.
Yes.
From Michael in Hawaii, he says, "Aloha, gentlemen."
The 808.
South Carolina head coach Shane Beamer broke his foot after the loss to Florida this past weekend because he kicked something that he shouldn't have. Was the quote. Have any of you injured or broken any part of your body from frustration at all?
Nope.
Any frustration injuries at all?
I haven't.
I have zero.
I wish I could say that, but I haven't. I've kicked stuff, but not. I didn't hurt. I've kind of hurt a toe a little bit, but not bad. He broke his foot. Is that what you said?
He
Beamer?
broke his foot after the loss to Florida because he, quote, kicked something he should not have kicked.
They're 2-4.
They're 2-4.
Yeah.
No, especially at that. I mean, maybe a chance of maybe like punching something, but even that, never even remotely thought about it. But the kick, I don't know. Yeah. No, I've not done anything. It's kind of funny when you see it.
You saw it happen?
No, when you see
someone
do
also frustration injury.
Usually it's the hand, it's the cast with the thumb, because the thumb got jacked up from punching something. You see that?
You've seen dudes punch through walls.
I was just saying, I would go to that. It was not me, but after Nebraska lost to Oklahoma in the 2010 Big 12 title game, I watched the guy literally punch a hole in the wall and he banged up his wrist. I'm like, well, no crap, you idiot. You just punched through a wall.
Especially if you hit a stud. If you hit a stud, then you got to get a problem. Now we're talking surgery.
Right.
Now we're talking
the best
surgery.
part about that, this was not his house. He asked the owners, like, are we cool? Like, no, we're not cool. You punched a hole in the wall, you moron.
Not cool. That's not cool.
That's not cool. No.
You got to fix it. 2-4, Beamer. So he's feeling some heat.
Brown, last question here, says, if you could choose between Journey or Foreigner, who do you choose?
Journey.
Not even close.
It's
both good. They're both good.
I would go to both concerts.
Foreigner's a little locked into. Yeah. Foreigner's a little heavy, is what I'm going with. Yeah. Journey can lighten it up.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Journey's incredible.
Yeah, they are. I would say Journey's incredible.
Actually, there's one bonus one. Nyla, I saw Nyla yesterday. She was here dropping off candy for the
Nice.
station. She's our candy person.
She's
You didn't know
incredible.
that.
Thank you, Nyla.
She asked, why do I hate Almond Joys and your guys' thoughts on Almond Joys? I don't like them because I think they taste terrible. I'm all the way out.
Almond Joy is the one that I would pay double for.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I'd pay double for an Almond Joy. They're incredible.
It's simple to me. It's simple to me. I like coconut.
Yeah, I like coconut.
Yeah. I just love coconut. I love coconut.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's incredible. It's one of the best candy bars ever made. That's why it's still around.
Bill.
That's why it's still around.
Texture.
Yeah.
Texture.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yes.
Melts in your mouth, Jake.
Yeah.
It's one of your rare bad takes, Bill.
Take it back. See, I have bad takes, though.
Yeah.
I have bad takes.
Yeah.
It's not rare.
Just don't put them in writing.
I'm going to use that spiel you had on recruiting. And
are you going to identify Bill as the real one?
I'm bandying that about in my head.
I talked to a coach recently who told me
Please just go with I was just thinking about this today.
That's the mailbag, sponsored by Double Eagle Golf. Book your times at doubleeagle.golf. It's at West O Street in the Kinetic Sports Complex. Wonderful place. As the weather gets cold, go hit some golf shots inside. Top of the hour next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa. Beginning October 13th, customers can take advantage of great cash and financing options on hot spring spas. Get up to $1,000 off a new High Life Collection spa or $500 off a new Limelight Collection spa when you pay in full, or get 0% APR for 60 months when you finance. This amazing offer ends October 23rd. Visit them at 33rd and Pioneers to learn more on how you can fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
It's time to close out the 2023 high school football regular season right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman this Thursday and Friday for a doubleheader in the final week of the regular season. First up on Thursday, it's a matchup of 2, 3, and 5 overall teams as they fight for the final playoff spot. Miller North travels to Lincoln to face off against the Silverhawks of Lincoln Southwest. And then on Friday, it's a top 10 clash between Gretna and the Lincoln East Spartans. All that and more coming your way this Thursday and Friday for high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back as the Malachi Coleman Giverito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 is sponsored, as always, by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. And we have to know, Steve Schindler is special today at Creighton's Midwest Bank.
It's a pretty incredible bank. They were working late last night to get this set up. And it's going to operate from 9:30 to 11:30, from 1:30 to 3:30, and they'll bring extra bonus veteran instructors in. But Steve Schindler they're offering free piano lessons. They got free piano lessons. So they brought in a baby grand, and they also have a couple small electronic keyboards, and then also a Casio organ. A Casio organ will also be brought in. Yes.
I don't know why.
They just want to do piano lessons. It's so important, to be able to tickle the ivories for the youth to be able to figure that out. So everyone's invited.
What about adults?
Adults will be invited. So they'll start off with Steve starts the whole thing off himself, and everyone learns chopsticks. Everyone learns chopsticks. It's the first thing they do is chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
On the
So he'll have a consueto.
Yeah. So that's how he gets everyone started. Kind of get the vibe going in the room.
And he's a good piano player?
Really good.
Of course he is.
Really good. He does everything.
Of course he is.
Yes. So there'll be piano lessons today at Midwest Bank.
Steve will start off the festivities.
Yes, he'll start
with
off
a minor concert.
I like the minor concert. It'll be a show. Yes.
I wonder.
There'll be applause.
I like the 2-hour lunch break you built.
Yes, the 2-hour lunch
at 11:30, 1:30 to 3.
We can have personal interaction with people during lunch break.
Yes, he works with you. So he will also, as he leads the program, then he's brought in a bunch of also, instructors that will be there also.
He is ridiculous. Is he kind of like a low-key star in that neck of the woods?
Yes, very much so. Extremely popular.
Low-key,
yes,
though.
Low-key. He's just one of the people when you see him like down. There's Steve, and walking down the street, that. He's just
good shirt on.
Yeah. Put you in a better mood when you see him.
Yeah,
when just in a good mood when you see Steve Schindler.
He's bringing in a baby grand.
With
some keyboards.
Some other keyboards and a Casio small portable organ will also be there too. And
portable.
Yes.
I am startled by this.
That's what you wheeled in.
It's a great idea. I mean, that's an incredible.
Imagine walking into a lobby and there's a baby grand right there, and you're giving piano lessons.
I think
you know what it makes you want to do? Makes you want to invest. Get a loan.
Sanderson says, "I might just move to Creighton."
Why wouldn't you? He is the Chamber of Commerce.
I don't want to speak for Steve here, but I would think people would just it'd be kind of fun just to go and watch.
Yes, it'd be
You
fun.
don't have to take the lesson.
You don't have to take the lesson. You can go in there and have it, and there's free coffee. You can go in there and get free coffee. And so you can sit there and watch, see what's going on. But Steve will start it off at 9:30
with a consuerto.
Yeah, with chopsticks. Yes, the chopsticks.
Yeah,
he'll lead off with chopsticks.
He can play other stuff.
Yes, he can play other stuff. Oh, he can. Yeah.
I
just love seeing.
Is there any apparel that you can just wear your normal stuff?
Yeah, wear your normal clothes. That's fine.
Dress up.
Yeah. His favorite song is Fade.
He does banking, and through all this, he does his banking work.
Yes, at the same
He'll
time,
pop in his office.
He'll pop into his office real quick. He'll do some FDIC things.
Right.
If the people,
the creator of the
what
FDIC.
happens
He
is he gets a lot of call from national security. Federal.
Yeah.
So he has to get involved with the feds a lot. With what's going on, people money laundering.
He's involved at the federal level.
The federal level. He's very involved.
God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible person.
He's making a lot of money.
He's an ex-bank examiner also, so he's worked for the government, so he knows the inside. He knows what's going down.
Shout out to Steve Schindler,
Great.
Bank, our proud sponsors of how we're doing the pianos today. Pianos on display in
Free
Creighton.
piano lessons.
That's right. Incredible.
All right.
And by the way, before we move on, somebody said regarding the injuries from our mailbag, Dave in Fullerton says this: I broke my finger while bowling in Crofton.
Ooh.
Well, that's up by
That's where
Creighton.
my wife is from.
He
He said I missed a spare and punched the wall.
Oh.
Well, that's a serious thing now.
Yeah.
It was
I thought he meant he broke it in the bowling ball.
Yeah, he
punched the ball.
It was a big spare that he had to have it.
He had to have it.
What was the name from Fullerton again?
That's Dave. Dave in Fullerton.
Awesome, Dave. If you see any of the Santon family, tell them hello, and then also a little upgrade on the Loop River Inn.
Need to know
if that's still for sale.
We don't have an update on that.
We've not got an update on that.
Schindler would know.
Yeah. We can probably
ask Schindler.
We can finance this through Schindler.
Right.
The reason I can pay for this now because I got that tax-free app.
That's right.
That's saving me a lot of money running all my paychecks.
I need
through
that app,
Yes,
by the way.
need that app.
I need it right now.
Hook me up with that app. Please.
Can I get it today?
Immediately. Stat.
That's something I can get today. Schindler would be able to answer football questions too. I should start calling him instead of George Darlington.
Yes,
or you.
Yeah, because I'm not.
He should be your
prepared for
first
that.
call all the time. Steve
All right.
Schindler. 464-5685. Call or text as always. I was reading a Steve Sipple article from this.
What were you doing?
I did read one.
What were you doing?
Was it on
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I read one.
Read one.
I read several, but I did read this one. You were talking about you're kind of bothered by people diminishing wins. Sip.
I'm just saying this, Jake.
Please tell what you're saying.
It's just I get it. Nebraska's schedule it's weak. It's not just Nebraska. The whole Big Ten West, all these teams face a pretty, smooth ride down the stretch. And I just don't think I'm saying is it's not a very fun way to live by just saying, okay, you beat Northwestern. They suck though, so who cares? All right, you beat Purdue, but they're terrible. So what's it matter? I get it. I understand it, but I just don't think it's very fun. Football, there's not many games. Nebraska's been down. If they get on a run, enjoy it. Don't look for ways to pick it apart, And the other part of this,
agree more.
Perfect.
Couldn't agree
I
more.
love it.
part of this too is now I know I take stances that I get pushback from all quarters, but these still are multi-million-dollar programs with multi-million-dollar coaches and players that are good players. Wisconsin, when I watched Wisconsin, Iowa, I didn't think, oh my God, these they just don't have anything. No, they got dudes. They're big dudes that hit and run and are coached well. And it's not easy to win on Saturdays. It's not.
No, it's not. And they say you always celebrate every win. Barry Alvarez was the best. He celebrated every win. Just incredible. It was incredible. A win was a win was a win. Everyone was happy.
Yeah, you've taught me that
it was
too.
Good. It was like that. So you do celebrate every win. You don't look down and be like, well, yeah, we won, but just your head's down, you're shaking it, and we weren't good enough. We didn't do this. You just coach them up the next day. You get started, you build on what was good. You still won the game. Winning is really hard.
It is. And these are bad offenses, as we spelled out. I get it now. I'm not running from truth here. We went through the offenses in the Big Ten West. I mean, there's only one averaging more than 25 right now. Wisconsin, 27.2.
We just put up 6 points against Iowa on Saturday. 6.
Yeah, and now they have Braden Locke at quarterback, who's what I always just say about players that aren't very good is he's limited. He's limited. He's 6 foot. He's a littler guy. He's a redshirt freshman. He obviously can throw it, or he wouldn't be at Wisconsin. But he's just not. He's
had him throw it 30 times
in the second half, mostly in the cold and wind of Wisconsin on Saturday.
So anyway, I mean, and then as far as this week goes, Northwestern will come in here and scrap. They're proud. I mean, it's a proud bunch of guys, and they have scrapped. They beat Minnesota. They're down 21-0 and came back and won. So
it counts.
Yeah,
same thing. It counts.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to do that to Northwestern and say, "Yeah, well, you beat a bad Minnesota team." I know they stormed the field. Northwestern did that day. Yeah. There wasn't many people there, but they stormed it, and it was. I don't want to do that. Some of this is just out of respect for the guys. So like the guys that
respect for the guys, respect for the disrespect for the game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So a little bit on this note regarding style of win. Iowa never apologizes for winning these ugly, low-scoring games. So I saw this. No. I saw this yesterday. I gave you guys a stat, and there was a comment on this from Cooper DeJean at Iowa. Again, I'm not an Iowa fan.
Oh, you're not?
You're not? No. I am reading.
But you're quoting someone from Iowa.
Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports. We've mentioned him many times on the show. CBS Sports.
You like Fornelli.
Yeah.
He says Iowa is 3-1 in Big Ten play despite going 3 and out on 60% of its offensive possessions. Okay? Cooper DeJean, the stud defensive back and the returner, had a quote because he was asked about this. He says, Cooper DeJean says, quote, "I love Iowa football. If other people don't like it, that's fine. I don't think anybody in our locker room cares what people think or what we look like." Cooper DeJean. They don't care. They're 6-1. They're 6-1.
I think the Iowa fans now are past. I think they were also not happy with how things were going offensively.
Oh.
And now I think they're like embracing it. They're like, you really don't. They would love nothing more than to win, 3-2.
Now hold on, Ben. Yeah. If they would have lost to Wisconsin, I don't know if they'd be.
No, that's no.
Right now,
you have to keep winning for this.
Yeah, right.
You don't get to lose a couple and be like, "Nah, it's who we are." It's like, no. That's not how it is.
No, it's that. Yeah. Listen, they would prefer to be getting first down.
Yeah. I know, but they're still winning. They're still finding ways to win.
Well, I mean, now the other thing about Iowa that you got to drive home this point. They've lost Luke Lachey. They lost Luke Lachey already. Now they've lost Eric All. They lost their 2 best offensive players.
Yeah. They're going to struggle even more.
So they have that adversity that's very real. And McNamara, of course, they lost McNamara, and that quarterback is once again. I will just say it limited. He's limited.
I mean, McNamara was a much better quarterback than what they're playing with now. Much better. Even though his numbers weren't like you go, oh, how can I replace him? Well, he wasn't playing great. But
no, he wasn't.
But remarkably better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Deacon Hill.
In 2 games, he's thrown for under 100 yards.
Right.
In 2 combined. They're like he has like 30-some yards for passing.
And they've won against conference opponents. Yeah. They've won. They beat Purdue, who's a solid team, not great, but solid, and they beat Wisconsin, who was favored by 10 points in that game. And he's done nothing offensively passing the football.
No,
there was never a time in that game you thought Wisconsin might win.
Not really.
There really wasn't a time. There really wasn't.
They were down
a time.
7-zip. It's like, well, this is
once
over.
They hit the long run. It was like, well, this might be over. 7-0.
Might be the final score.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I was thinking that during the game. I watched that game. I missed the first quarter.
They got to 7-6, which was discouraging because I'm sure that Coach Fick would like to have the first drive back. They drove right down, and they go for it on 4th and 1, and
at the 14
and don't get it. It's like take the 3 in those spots where it's like the points are at a premium. It's like you don't need it. Sometimes you go, we got to go for it because we got to score 35 to win this game. So we have to go for it.
Bill, I don't know that I watched it thinking what you said. Like I wasn't thinking Wisconsin had no chance because they do have Allen, and Allen was.
But after you watch the game through like one quarter, when it went to 7-0, There was never a time going, I think Wisconsin's going to get this done. Never did.
You thought maybe because Iowa's offense was doing nothing.
Right.
We talked about 6 drives, a total of 3 yards on 6 straight offensive drives.
It might be
But Wisconsin wasn't doing anything either. That's the thing.
It had to be the most remarkable stat ever. Because I'm just saying, right now, you take Concordia and you give them 6 series at Wisconsin.
They get more than 3.
They get more than 3 yards. I guarantee. They probably get a couple first down.
Maybe a first
down.
down.
Like that. So like that. Hey, if they catch a slant route, they'll double the yardage.
It was a fascinating game to watch. I thought Wisconsin might pop a run, like Allen might get totally loose.
There's a chance of that.
But Wisconsin doesn't give up big plays, right? Or excuse me, Iowa doesn't give up big plays.
Don't do very much.
Hardly ever.
And Iowa, I'm not like, I know they're a good defense, but it's not like a crazy good front seven.
No, not a lot of. You say, oh boy, this draft pick. No,
they're really good in the back end though, and DeJean's a big part of that. And he comes up and makes plays at the line of scrimmage. He's
the one who made the play on that 4th down.
Yeah, on Allen,
he was unblocked. He was unblocked from the. So it was schematically.
That's right. They've used 4 tight ends on that play.
Schematically, they were not. They did not handle that well. They had just no one to account for the edge pressure, and it was a TFL.
It's weird though. Wisconsin put 4 tight ends on that play. They used 4 tight ends.
4.
And left him unblocked.
Tight ends.
Dairy raid. That's what they call it.
The dairy raid. It's not the air raid. It's the dairy raid. I like that. It's kind of cool.
At any rate, yeah, I'm not. Now we'll see about Iowa too. I'm not doing this thing where I'm not going Iowa 11-1. I mean, there's margin for error is too small.
Agreed. When you're playing on that fine of a line every single game of like, we do one mistake, we have one thing go wrong. How are we going to make up for it? Because all of a sudden they're playing whoever and they get down 10-0. Oh, can they do it? Can they get back?
10. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Sort of interesting.
Sort of. It's
really interesting.
Before we get to break, a couple of things in the text line, 402-464-5685. Regarding early in the segment, you talked about the Loop River Inn, Bill.
Yes.
Someone says it's for sale.
Still for sale.
Yeah, it is for sale.
Check the price on that for us. If we could get a price on that.
Yeah. Dave in Fullerton is back. He says, if Bill is still looking for carnival rides, River City Carnival in St. Paul does our Nance County Fair. I've got a number for you.
You got a number?
I got a number.
I will call them today. Who? Dave did that?
Dave in Fullerton.
I tell you one thing, Fullerton. I lived there. That was one of my really early times when I did a lot of the riding around town on my bike, all in the middle of the night.
Ron and Sharon lived there.
But we lived there. Absolutely.
Was Tammy
Dad
there?
was the head football coach. Tamara was there. Yes. Yes, Tamara was there.
Head football coach at Fullerton.
Yes, very good. They've got some really good teams.
Really?
Had some really good teams.
Breakers going by.
But that was where I really started with
wait a second.
with the midnight rides or the 2 a.m. rides around town happened there.
Fullerton.
Yeah. We usually stayed.
This was pre-bowling career.
That's before I had the 275.
You had a 275 to your
Something
name.
like that. Whatever it was, I went 9 strikes in a row. Then I went 7.
What?
In a spare.
Okay.
It was something of that nature.
Pretty good.
I didn't get the spare. I didn't close out the 10th.
Oh.
I didn't close out the 10th. Yeah.
Throwing that straight ball.
Straight ball. Don't see it much on the tour.
No. Sadly, you don't.
Got your own shoes and ball.
It didn't work out. Never broke 100. I think I'm over 140. I really didn't.
Last thing. Is your MacBook or iMac not working? Sip?
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious. Did you drop your iPhone? You have before. I know that. You dropped your iPhone.
Yeah.
Come to Nebraska's Apple authorized service provider, Computer Hardware. Our friend Tripp.
Tripp is incredible. Tripp's incredible. He takes the calls personally. You know where I bought my computer at? Tell him where, Jake.
Computer Hardware.
Absolutely.
I told you to. And you said, yeah, that was
Where
worth
is this?
it.
Where is this?
It's at 70th and O.
70th and O.
Just south of 70th and O.
That's where I took my
Is it
phone.
Taco Inn? Is it Taco
It's
Inn?
in between Best Buy and Taco Inn.
Dude, that's where I took my phone to get it fixed.
Well, here's why. Whether you're looking to get your device repaired or upgrade to something newer, Computer Hardware helps you with all your Apple needs. Locally owned for over 40 years, Computer Hardware has served as the leading Apple experts with 4 locations in Lincoln, Kearney, Hastings, and Grand Island. Stop and see them today. They are Nebraska's Apple store.
They can fix anything, and they're at half the price.
And they're not condescending.
No.
I mean, I went
No.
in there with a phone
No, yeah.
issue. Okay, I'm the prototypical old guy. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And one time it was just a hard reset. That's all he had to do.
Go see
But he didn't make fun of me. He goes,
No.
we just had to do a hard reset. You don't have to pay us anything. He literally said, he goes, you don't. I
That's
said,
true.
well, can I give you $20? He goes, no, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking any of your money.
Now, I always ask when I go, I always, wait for, I go, can I talk to Tripp, please? I like talking to him and really enjoy him. And someone goes there today, they're like, it's going to be a long time or he's going like that. And he goes, can I help you? I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I'm talking to this young man working there. And you talk about, where'd you go to high school? I go, homeschooled. I go, that's incredible. And then he's going to Lincoln South, not Lincoln South, but Southeast Community College.
Southeast Community College.
He said in technology. What this guy knew. I'm like, you homeschooled yourself to this knowledge? This was insane.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I looked at him like in disbelief.
Yeah.
In disbelief.
How would you have been in homeschool?
That would have been a bad deal.
Me too.
That'd have been homeschool.
I'm playing wiffle ball today, Mom.
Exactly. I play wiffle ball. And what time is Leave It to Beaver on? Yeah. Can someone give me a sleeve of Chippehoy's cookies real quick?
Me and Mike Otroki are playing wiffle ball.
It'd be horrible.
I'll be back at 3.
Yeah, I'll be back. You do your math. Yeah, I will. I'll get.
Yeah,
to
I got it.
Count the amount of runs we scored today. It's fine. So shout out to Computer Hardware and Tripp and the squad over there.
What a name, too.
7-0.
Tripp. Yes.
When we come back, it's time for a Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills. Wild Card Wednesday next on Early Break in the Ticket.
We go way off the rails today.
Oh.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jay Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra.
It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Give-A-Rito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for a late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy non-stop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Koppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with approved credit.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm pleased to see all the response from the text line about computer hardware. We gave them a simple plug. They're doing some advertising, and wow, a lot of good response from the breakers who have gone there many times.
And just tell him to say the ticket. He'll give you a discount.
It probably will. Yeah, we talked about that.
Just say the ticket to Trip.
Whether you're in any locations.
We'll try it.
Lincoln,
we'll try it.
Kearney, Hastings, GI, all of them.
Start
Trips in Lincoln.
I got to start doing stuff that you do more.
Yeah.
You're a good hustler.
Good hustler.
I'm not a hustler. I got time though. 57. I'm going to hustle more. Hey, quick shout out to Jake, ARS today for playing Atlanta.
Rhythm.
Atlanta Rhythm Section.
Yeah. What a great name.
Jake, I'm serious.
Yeah.
That kind of thing makes my day.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yesterday, before we get to Bill's Thrills, I had a client come in.
Nice.
And he's a breaker, everyday breaker. And he really enjoyed how you instead of MRSA said ARSA. Yesterday. It's MRSA. It's been known for a long time.
Jake handles those moments very well.
I said MRSA. It's MRSA.
ARSA.
Bill was like, "What? Come on, ARSA, MRSA. There's an M."
Words are hard,
Jake.
But
you got to give Jake credit. He always handles those situations very well. MRSA.
I struggle with that too.
You do.
Yes, like that.
Yes.
Livid.
Yeah. Well, that was just great.
The livid fan base.
It's angry.
Upset with the disrespect they were getting on the golf team.
You got to give him respect for walking it back right away. You're making it work.
Duped.
Making it work.
I think it's dubbed.
Okay, quickly. The Phillies also beat the Diamondbacks 10-0. The Phillies lead the series 2-0 on the NLCS.
Phillies, here's a stat for you.
10-0.
Phillies have 15 home runs in 4 games in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
How do you do? That's like softball.
Yeah.
I wanted to catch that yesterday. I was so into the football last night that I didn't get a chance to watch any of the baseball.
What were the scores?
But I just want to know the temperature. What the temperature was.
Don't know.
Oh, the game was incredible. The Liberty, Middle Tennessee, just complete buffoonery on some play calls late in the game.
Who won the game?
Liberty, who's 7-0 now. They're kind of in the driver's seat right now for it to be the group of 5 that gets to the whatever, the Fiesta Bowl or the Cotton Bowl or whatever one of those New Year's Day 6 bowls.
7-0. And that's Jamie Caldwell.
Jamie Caldwell. They have a quarterback that's unreal to watch. The quarterback is unreal. The quarterback from Middle Tennessee was really good, but the quarterback for Liberty, wow, he's a dude.
I can't find the temperature. It didn't show the temperature for the Phillies game, so I don't have it for you, Bill. I'm sorry, but
So if they win, they can get to next week. They got a chance maybe for some chilly temps. I like watching chilly games.
We like that.
So Jake Schwarber's still playing.
Kyle Schwarber's with the Phillies. Yes.
Yeah, Kyle
As
Schwarber.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah, Schwarber hit a home run. They had three solo ding dongs last night.
10-zip win, 2-0 lead for the Phils. Let's get to Bills thrills on a Wednesday.
Oh, we're doing that.
It's
Yeah, I
Wild
guess we are.
Card Wednesday.
This is new.
Play. This is rare. We do this. Let's play the open on a Wednesday.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
this
We
could be
need
bonanza.
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisor.
We've had Football Facts Monday, Bugaboo Tuesday, Wild Card Wednesday. Could go anywhere. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs of Lincoln. What the hell? Bill?
That's all I have now because Jake promised me
I did.
a
I'll have
legal
one
pad.
I will have one tomorrow.
Jake goes, I'll get you one. So I texted yesterday in the text.
you did.
Update on the legal pad situation. Crickets.
I will assure you today.
Nothing.
Nope.
So I walk in this morning. Any update on the legal pad? And I just got the look. So I got this. That's all I have. Is a
For
piece
the
of-
breakers that keep
Yeah.
us honest, I will have a legal pad tomorrow.
It'd be nice because I've got the nice little pad here from Emmanuel. That's what I'd like to have.
Still
It's empty. It's empty.
You just tucked the sheet of paper
One
in.
sheet of paper, tucked it in, brought the pad in.
It's a comfort
It's
thing.
all part of the
It's
magic.
a comfort thing here.
I just wad it up and put it in my back pocket.
Yes,
You brought the whole thing
Yes,
in.
that 56 in chilly last night. Okay, that's not
Right.
much. That's not
Thank
that
you.
weather does nothing for me. I want to see it's got to be in
42
the high
degrees and
30s.
snow.
Yeah, I want to see some
Okay,
bad,
what's
some
the
rough
headline?
weather like that.
Headline.
Okay, so we're talking about now. We talked about so the Carter Nelson thing came up and then recruiting. So start thinking about recruiting stories. So occasionally I'm going to throw a recruiting situation in.
I
Or
love
something
this.
that came up, and I thought we would go more coast to coast. So we'll start because I've been fortunate enough to been coast to coast. We're going to start in the South Pacific, in American Samoa.
Oh, right.
That's where we're going to start the recruiting story, and it is. So you want to be a welder. So you want to be a welder. So I get Ron McBride. He allows me to go. Can I go to American Samoa? He goes, yeah, go over. It's a 6-hour flight from Hawaii. It's nuts. There's like live chickens on the plane and stuff. It's incredible.
On the plane.
And we land, and I've never been there. And
American Samoa.
And I've emailed a guy named Manny. Manny's going to pick me up at the airport. It's chaos at the airport. And you get out on the runway to go to walk in, and it's 95 degrees and 95% humidity. It's just insane what it's like. And it's just craziness because there's only one flight in and out a week on the island. Now there's more at this time. So Manny picks me up. We give me the ride. He takes me to the Rainmaker Hotel, the Pongo Pongo. I think I told you the story. That's where also next morning I woke up in a panic because I'm watching the TV and they're talking about the earthquake that hit in San Francisco. I'm like, oh my God, God hit him again. This is horrible. I got friends. So I get in the car with them more. I go, you hear any more on that with the earthquake? It's like, oh no, that's tape delay. That's from 6 weeks ago. The TV is on tape delay. So it's like
It's a Laura moment.
Yes, yeah. So it was incredible.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're
We'll start calling you tape delay,
So we're recruiting, and he goes, "Hey, I got a guy I think you might want to meet. His name is Paul Soliai. He plays middle linebacker for Polytech." And we get him. He comes out of his house. I've never seen anything like it in my life. He's in lava, no shirt on, 6'5"-ish, probably a little bit plus, probably about 260. One of the most incredible looking physical specimens I've ever seen. Then I watch him play volleyball, basketball, and his film is all I have is a VHS tape with 12 plays on it. And the wind's blowing sideways and it's raining. And it's like, oh, he's a pretty athletic guy. And so it was just phenomenal. So we work it out to get Paul Soliai to come to Utah. So when I'm talking to him, though, he goes, I don't know if I want to do that. I want to be a welder. I just want to be a welder. I mean, that's a good, it's a good, noble thing to do. I understand that.
Absolutely.
So then we talk him in to come into Utah. I convince him and his family, his mom. His mom lived on Manua. Manua is an island right next to American Samoa, but it's haunted. It's known very well that it's a haunted island. So the story keeps running deep. So anyway, so I'm recruiting Paul. Well, Paul doesn't have at that time, the grades are way different now with test score and thing. He didn't have that. So we had him to be a prop. He's going to come to Utah as a prop.
Prop 48.
Prop 48. So he's coming there like that. So it means he's got to sit for 1 year, and then he has family in Utah, so he's sit for a year, then be able to play for us. So on the flight over, after these meetings happen, this is in August, he's coming to Utah. The president of the university at Utah said, I know we can do props for 1 more year, but we're stopping him now. And we're like, uh-oh. I think it was Deuce Latouille, who played as an All-American for USC and went played forever in the NFL. He was also coming as a prop at the same time. Imagine that, those two players.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the air when they cancel him. I have nothing to. I'm in a panic mode of what's going on. So I convince him.
The president?
No, not the president. When he lands, I get a hold of Dickie Rolls at Coffeyville Community College.
Okay. Your friend.
And I have to get a hold of the mom and Paul, who's at the airport, and get Dickie to buy him a plane ticket to Coffeyville, Kansas, because we no longer can take him. And he was exiled. Like, where are you going to put him at? So Dickie Roll says, okay, I'll take him. So he takes him to to Coffeyville Junior College, has an unbelievable career there. Goes back to Utah. He played offensive tackle there. Okay. Goes back to offensive tackle. Urban Meyer didn't really like him at offensive tackle, so they took him on defense, put him at nose guard. He gets drafted
by the Dolphins.
This guy.
Oh, he's a great player.
By the Dolphins and by the Falcons, he was a franchise tag player.
Correct.
He ends up making over $40 million.
Paul Soliai.
Paul Soliai made $40 million. And it was just because of this guy, Manny, who said, I think I got a guy that you should look at.
Unbelievable.
And he ends up doing all those things. We had to double recruit him, obviously, to get him there, and then to get him to Coffeyville, and then to get him back then to Utah, and then have his career take off like he did. But it was just so much fun recruiting him over there and watching his skill set on the island. I watched him play volleyball. It was one of the most incredible scenes. I've never seen a talent like this in my life. And then he ended up playing. At that time, he was 260. He played probably at 330.
330
nose guard. Big nose guard. Just eating up space. I think he played, 10 years maybe, Jake?
I would say at least that.
Probably about 10 years in the NFL.
Well, that's amazing, by the way.
And Paul Soliai, as an NFL player, again, was never like heralded as a wonderful. He was just solid.
Yeah.
He got $40 million because he deserved it. He was always someone you could rely on. Never the star of a team, never the star of the defense, but always like he's making plays. Never let you down.
Guess what else kicks ass? Mass. We think Paul Soliai had.
He had mass.
Mass kicks ass, and that's why he made the money. He played at 330. That's why he made the money, because you know how hard it is to find those bodies that can do the things how he could move. And his hands were like small dogs. They were so big, so strong. It was just incredible.
You might have to go to American Samoa.
And just one of the to go over there and recruit over there was Xanadu. I mean, the way you were treated and but Manny was the guy. You
found this guy, and Dickie Rolls is forever in debt to you, right?
Forever. I mean, he's ever in debt. I'm in debt to him because he also it goes both ways. Because I'm like, Dickie, I got a player who I think's going to be an All-American for you. Where's he at? He's at the Salt Lake Airport. We need to get a flight to Coffeyville. We can't even. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal for us to go do anything for him.
Right.
And it was just. And at the same time, we had to do the same thing for Deuce Latouille, but Deuce was in Arizona. That's a lot easier.
What a call. I got a player for you. He's probably an All-American. Where is he? He's right now in Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City Airport.
He needs to get to Coffeyville now.
He's sitting in the Delta Lounge.
There's no
option. So can we make this happen?
We make this happen.
And Dickie made it happen.
Made it happen.
Did he make it happen himself, or does he have an assistant do it?
No, Dickie runs Coffeyville. He's incredible. He runs Coffeyville. And so he's just an incredible dude. And just like I said, I'm so in debt to him for doing that. And then obviously Paul kept up his end of the bargain, did a great job with everything. But just having that chance to build
incredible.
To be able to go. I remember I walked into Ron McBride's office. I go, I got Hawaii as one of my areas. Do you care if I fly 6 more hours over to American Samoa? He's like, yeah, have at it. So I just started emailing people.
Wow.
I never met these people. There was no phones over there. I'm staying at the Rainmaker Hotel.
No idea
about
Pongo. You had no idea about Soliai?
No, I had no idea.
Just
zero idea. Zero. He just went and found that. I wish I had the VHS film. I had 12 clips on him, and it was just incredible.
And you saw it.
He's playing middle linebacker.
Okay.
Playing middle linebacker, running around. I've never seen anyone with this type of talent in my life. To this day, I've never seen, because when it comes down to size and everything. You might think, oh, this guy's incredible. He's 5'9", does incredible things. This guy was 6'5", 260. He looked like he weighed 220 at 260. It was just so. And so that was one of those things. So we'll kind of go, since I recruited from South Pacific to New York City, we'll kind of go across the country. We'll dabble maybe in Hawaii next time.
I love to do these more often. I didn't know what to expect. That's incredible, and Jake ties into it too because he knows him.
Paul Soliai was one of the most reliable Dolphins for years, offense or defense.
And just think twice he was franchise tagged with the Dolphins, and then he gets traded or whatever to the Falcons. To the Falcons, he got franchise tagged again. That's why he made all of the money that he made to build together. So
nobody else was recruiting him.
No one used to even talk to him. No one knew his name.
Oh my God!
No one knew his name.
Bill found Paul. That's awesome. Bill found him. Paul Soliai.
And who was the guy? Manny.
Manny.
You know Manny. Manny's big. That's
Manny
big.
was big. Manny was big.
I think I got a guy for you.
I think I got a guy for you.
Awesome.
I'm like, all right, let's check him out.
You do.
He went to Polytech High School, right in the center of America and Samoa. Yeah, but to go to the island back then was incredible because I would be there for a full week because there's only one flight in and out. So you'd
be there for a full week.
I'd be there for a week. There's only 5 schools. Only 5 schools.
I would want to go there and recruit too.
I would tell you this
because what do you do on the other 6 days?
You're busy all the time. Trust me.
Are you?
And the level of food that you eat because they use the term that they want to host you tonight, coach. So you go to someone's house and they host you, and and then right away it's like, okay, you're not like going, I'm a little full. No, you have to eat. So they'd be like, "Hey, coach, you want some, raw fish and coconut milk?" I was hoping you'd ask, like that. And I'm shoveling it down, eating it. Like, oh, I love this. This is incredible. I caught it like an hour ago, like that. But some of the food we had, fresh, and that's also where. Remember, that's also where Starkist had a plant there.
They did,
and that's where you got the Wahoo tuna.
Oh yeah,
and the Wahoo tuna will change your life.
Starkist has a plant in American Samoa.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I wonder if it's still there.
Oh, I'm sure it still is. I'd love to be able to go back over. It was great memories. And then later on, I got Jonathan Fanani from there also, who played in the NFL forever.
Soliai.
I liked it. That was a wonderful edition of Bill's Thrills Wild Card Wednesday. The recruiting stories. We're going coast to coast. We went started American Samoa. Things up.
Next time, what?
Maybe Hawaii, said possibly.
Might go Hawaii. We're going to go across the country and go Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play the game. So give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today is also a Wild Card Wednesday. And we got famous Trevors today.
Oh, God. Okay. Got it. Got a few.
You got some Trevors there?
Okay. All right.
Oh, God. Look at that record.
15 and 16 is the record.
That's hard to look at.
You are 0-2 on the week. So if you think of famous Trevors, 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dickdown Sip and Trivia. Looking for your first win of the week on a Wild Card Wednesday. Feel okay about Trevor?
Yeah, I do.
Bill's okay maybe on Trevor's here?
I could hit one.
I want to kind of win this one for Sawyer again. Sawyer was such a good kid.
Yeah. Yes. He brought in the sun.
Try to get one for I would try to get one for Sawyer here.
Okay, we've got Neil. Neil, how do you feel about famous Trevors today?
How do I feel about famous Trevors? I have no idea. We'll have to find out.
I like that.
All right, Neil. All right, here we go. Buckle up.
Neil's locked in. Here we go. Bill, a lifeline for Sip for one question as always. Neil, question to you. What famous Trevor was the first closer in MLB history to achieve 500 and 600 career saves?
I got it. Hey, there's some pressure on you. It's Neil. Pressure on you, Neil.
I don't got it.
No guess at all? Just need a last name.
Got it.
Okay. Bauer?
Not a terrible guy.
Not a terrible guy.
I said Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, go ahead and sit.
Trevor Hoffman.
Brilliant. Trevor Hoffman is
Padres,
correct. Right? He was a Padre and I think a Brewer at the very end of his career. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, Sip, 1-0 lead. Bill's in play. Here's your first question. What famous Trevor won the 2008 Masters and is now the lead color analyst on CBS Sports' PGA golf coverage?
Oh, Jake, you did a golf one. Great. Trevor Inman.
Inman?
Yeah.
It's not Trevor Inman. Do you want that, Neil, or not?
Nope.
Yeah, you were very close, actually. Trevor Immelman.
Oh, whoa.
I can't give that to you because it is wrong. But Immelman, I think you had the right path there. You're just wrong.
Trying to find paths. Just trying to find paths.
Back to you, Neil. Down 1-0. Last question. What famous Trevor, famous lightly, what Trevor was a 7th-round draft pick out of Northwestern in 2015 and started 14 games for the Broncos in 2016?
I got it.
Trevor Simeon.
Brilliant.
Trevor
All right,
Simeon.
1-1. Okay, this is
For the win.
Now, I got to lock in and not.
Bill is
I
the
have
play.
to take life a little more seriously, starting with Shut Up, Sipple.
15-16.
Yeah.
Okay, Sip, for the win. Bills in play. What famous Trevor was a 2-time All-Star for the Colorado Rockies as a shortstop in 2018 and 2019 and now is on the Red Sox? Josh knows this one.
Say that again.
Yeah, he was a 2-time All-Star for the Rockies as a shortstop in 2018 and 2019 and now is on the Red Sox.
When you tell me the answer, I won't know it. I still won't know it. I have no knowledge of it. No.
I mean, I was thinking
5 seconds. You got to guess.
Trevor Tulowitzki.
I believe you're going for Troy Tulowitzki, which is still incorrect. Neil, do you want that one, or are we going to the tiebreaker?
Let's go with tiebreaker.
Okay.
Trevor's Story is his name.
Yes, still don't know. Wouldn't knowing.
Now this goes to Neil. You'll go over under Neil's answer.
We're in business here.
Yeah,
We're in business. We're getting back to 500.
All right, Neil. Here's your question. Trevor Simeon had 27 touchdowns and 24 picks in his 4 years at Northwestern. How many touchdowns has he thrown in his 7 NFL seasons, in which he had snaps in 5 years of? So he was on a roster for 7 years and played actual games in 5 of those years.
And how many what now?
How many touchdowns did he have?
This is
This is for Neil.
I think he started 2 years. So 31.
Oh, under. Yeah, I'm going under.
You going under 31?
Yes.
41 touchdowns in the NFL for Trevor Simeon.
I would have never guessed. No, I'll go.
You're fine.
I wouldn't mind losing that one.
No. I would have said under 2.
27 picks, 41 touchdowns for Trevor Simeon in the
I can't
NFL.
believe he threw 41 touchdowns.
Yeah, we're hurt right now. We're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Neil, we'll get you bagels. Thanks for calling in.
Neil.
And call in down the road. Nice win today.
Hey, it was fun, guys.
Good job, Neil.
A surprising loss there.
Yeah, I'm
good
sure
for
DP's
one.
listening right now, and I'm
like, well,
I wonder if Bill gets called in too.
I will. On this one, I will.
You're getting punished for that.
How do I
one.
not get called in on this?
Were you going to say under no matter what, Sipper?
Yes.
Bill,
No, he did. I was going under, and Bill just made me even think. Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought the number was gonna be somewhere around 18 or 20.
Well, DP meet us at another location.
Yeah,
or,
probably we'll have to have an
You might get the call
off campus.
Yeah,
off campus. Show up.
I think the heat is real now.
Show up incognito.
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Don't draw attention
You are
to ourselves.
0-3 though. 15-17.
Sometimes
the
they
record.
meet with like future head coaches, where like the AD flies and meets them some like.
We'll go over to the embassy suites.
Yes.
Up the
In a
street.
suite.
In a suite hotel. Someone else will open the door.
I just wonder what he'll say.
Von Weiler will open the door.
I mean, is he going to set a certain win limit we have to reach in 2 weeks?
Probably. I would
Points.
think so.
Points, Ferentz over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
What if it's in our contract? We have to have our record has to be so much.
You
We
have
have
to
to be
get-
3-2 every
You
week.
got to win more than you lose.
We'd be screwed.
He's so
You're
screwed.
screwed. Let's
How
fill
did you
out
not
this
do
next.
Trevor Maddich? I thought for sure Trevor Maddich.
I can't do all the Trevors here.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
thought maybe you
Trevor
did-
Story.
People know Trevor Story.
Yeah,
Text
that-
line was that a fair
whatever.
question?
Not
Spillovers
fair.
next, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. For October, it's Pork Month. Enjoy all-natural boneless pork shoulder for $1.69 per pound, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and Fairway's fresh ham loaf mix for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers 118th anniversary sale is going on right now. This sale only comes around once a year, so don't miss your chance to save 20% or more on everything diamond. Bridal and engagement rings, bracelets, earrings, and all diamond jewelry, 20% off or more. Our lowest prices of the year, now through October 25th, only at Sutter Heyman's 118th anniversary sale. Lincoln and Grand Island or SutterHeyman.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, of the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Koppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with roof credit.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Raph and AD. Bill had to step out, but this is sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Shout out to Nick Sainert, who is outside the studio. He tried his hand at some baking yesterday, apparently.
He did.
And he brought in some pumpkin muffins. Now, I have to say this. He was so curious about your response, Sip, and you left him hanging for like a minute there because you're trying to decipher, did I like it? Did I like it?
I want to have 2
And you
bites.
gave him an 8.5 eventually.
They're legit muffins. Pumpkin muffins.
What type? Pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay, Raph had one. Raph, I gave it an 8.5. Don't be influenced by my score. What would you give it?
Probably 8, probably.
Okay. Texture was excellent.
Are you a muffin fan, Raph?
Who's not?
I'm not really a muffin fan, but
okay, Raph's not.
But I mean, you tasted some pumpkin, so that was good. They weren't super dry.
Nope.
They were very moist, so those were good.
What keeps it from a 10? I will tell you.
Okay. Yeah, Nick,
I don't know if Nick's listening.
Nick, listen in. This is what keeps it from a 10.
I'll tell you what keeps it from a 10. The flavor lacks a little pop. It lacks a little pop.
Yeah, a little pop.
It needs a little more. Needs a little more. Yeah, probably a little more pumpkin. Yeah, a little more spice, a little more pumpkin.
Nick, do you make sweet potato muffins for the brothers?
Seems like a loaded question to me.
Well, yes, he does. Sweet potato pie muffins.
That sounds pretty good.
For the brothers.
Well, yes. Pecan muffins, sweet potato pie muffins. Pete, am I lying, man? Pete going, he ain't lying.
Later on in life,
Nick could do that.
I've really enjoyed sweet potatoes. I'm a big fan.
Later on in life. You're 32.
Well, to my current age, I didn't probably like them until like I was 28, maybe.
Oh man,
and now it's one of my favorite foods. I love
sweet potatoes.
I don't need the marshmallows and brown sugar. I just need roast them.
Yep.
Sweet potato fries.
Yep.
A little honey
they're
mustard
good.
with the fries.
No, I'm with you, Jake.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, that's kind of an acquired taste. It is.
It is.
It is.
Took a while. They didn't look appealing to me forever.
You ever had sweet potato pie?
I have. And it is delightful.
It's insane, man. I like pumpkin seeds though.
Pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. It's about the only thing I eat.
Really do pumpkin
They're
spice.
salty.
Yeah, it takes the pumpkin away.
Pumpkin seeds are they're still a thing. I eat them too.
They're good.
That used to be like a writing snack. When I wrote, I'd always need something
to chew on.
Yeah, and pumpkin seeds were sometimes an option. Cheez-Its usually, Jake. Cheez-Its,
which we taught do have. They
don't start.
They have
They're
residue.
great.
Do not start.
Cheez-It controversy.
There's residue. There is residue on the Cheez-Its.
This about broke up the early break.
It did not, because you were
a
so
major
wrong.
debate.
It was
No,
not,
I know. We were so on opposite pages that we almost had to end the show.
And you guys said there's residue, right? You were on my side. There is
Sip,
residue.
I love you, bro, but if I was eating cheese, it'd be residue all over my shirt right now. Even if I didn't try to, it'd be all over. Maybe I'm just a messy eater too, though. Maybe I'm just messy.
It's not like Cheetos.
Now Cheetos whole other world.
No, I mean they both have residue. One has a lot. One doesn't have as much.
We're not doing this.
If you grab them by the edges, like if you grabbed them by the edges, then maybe.
Who's that delicate?
We're not doing
No one
this.
reaches into a bag of cheese and gets one at a time. They take 8 at a time and shove them in their
Ralph,
mouth.
you see how I eat. It ain't no.
Me neither.
Someone says, did the muffins need chocolate chips possibly?
Ooh, that's a good
Pumpkin
idea.
Chocolate chip muffin?
I could rock with that.
I'd be good with that.
I could rock with that.
I left my phone out. You
No,
ever,
that was me.
Yeah, I know. You guys ever, when you don't have your phone, you panic for a
Oh
second?
yeah, there it is, right there.
It's on the table. People,
Good job, Raph.
Nick's
Raph.
gonna hack that and start sending pictures and everything. What?
Nick, great.
Nick will.
Great.
Yeah, Nick's gonna do that right
Why
now.
would he do that?
I don't know. It's what he
Do
does.
you guys ever have that though? When you don't have your phone, you go
Oh,
into
yeah.
a mild panic.
Phone, wallet. Yep. Keys.
If I'm at home or someplace around here, I wouldn't worry. When I'm on the road,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
dude, this was probably about a month ago. I don't remember what airport I was in, and I left, and I'm glad it was in a safe place. I left it in the airport lounge.
Oh, no.
you did.
The Delta room, and thank God, obviously they had front desk. But I was checking my flight. I was like, you're doing the pocket search.
Not a good thing.
I'm like, oh
terrifying.
man, and I almost got in the train in Atlanta to go to my next
Oh
gate,
boy.
and that would have been treacherous. So yeah, I feel you.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I
So
feel you
how
on that.
long did you not have the phone for?
About 5 minutes.
Oh,
That's
in an airport?
At
That is
Atlanta
horrifying.
airport.
That's horrible. Yeah, massive airport.
At ATL.
Tons of people.
Yeah. It already claimed a laptop of mine about 6 years ago, so
Really?
it's like it can't claim the phone.
And you got a lot of contacts in there.
Your life is like,
Your life's
Right.
your phone. Who's
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. And why is Nick looking at my phone right now? Oh, okay. Nothing. There's anything you can't see. It's fine.
He
It's
has
fine.
your phone? Oh, that's his phone.
He's got my phone.
Okay.
Sip, you wrote a good article on the diminishing wins, man.
Diminishing wins.
Yeah, I liked
Thank
that
you.
article.
Thank you.
And I thought
It's
it
nice
was
of you to
I thought
say.
it was spot on too.
Thank you. It's
You
nice to
mentioned
say.
that earlier. Yeah, you're right, because Nebraska has not made a bowl game since 2016.
No.
Iowa
Can't
is
imagine
6,
can't.
Iowa's 6-1. Their wins are disgusting, but they win
They
in terms
win.
of the style. But we don't diminish them. We say they won the game.
They won the game.
Is it
man.
pretty? No, but you're 6-1, and we don't apologize for wins if we get to that.
No, and I come from a place where I have so much respect for the players and what they do all year round. And I do have, I get it. The Big Ten West offenses are particularly bad, but it's still, these are highly paid coaches, multi-million-dollar programs. It's not easy to win. And I'm not going to come in to the station every Monday after a win and say, yeah, I mean, they just got an easy path. This is what they should be doing. No, it's not. I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just don't think it's a good way to live, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I have more respect for the game than that. And so, just I'm going to enjoy this. Nebraska's going to be in every game.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. I thought it was
Can you
timely.
find a way
Thank
to
you,
win?
AD.
Can
Thought
you
it was
find
very
a
timely.
win close games and not lose the close games? That's the big question. The rest of the season.
Jake, you nailed it right there, because we mentioned this after the Illinois game, that in years past, Nebraska, if you look at the receipts, you look at the body of work, they would have most likely lost that game.
Found a way to lose.
They would have found a way to lose.
They kept fumbling it. When's the big, crippling score against
Absolutely.
It makes it a 6-point game
Yeah,
now.
absolutely. And this team has to learn that. They have to learn how to get out of their own way. We mentioned that yesterday a number of times in your article. Sum that up good, man.
Yeah, well, thank you. Matt did. I mean, Coach Rule did. But yeah, the other thing that's striking, and we didn't cover it much today on our show, but I was really struck by Satterfield's comments about chemistry yesterday. I believe, and you guys some people will roll their eyes and say, oh yeah, coaches always talk about that. First of all, they don't. Second of all, you're always trying to gauge how convincing is this. I'm convinced this team is really a good chemistry team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good group of guys, and there's no offense, defense, infighting, anything like that. And that's a big reason I think they do have a good shot to get to 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
It is a strong program right now in terms of unity. And the guys, I mean, you guys know them because a lot of the guys have been here for a while.
Yeah.
They're like Nori. He's just a good dude.
He's a good dude.
I mean, Luke Reimer.
Yep.
Newsom.
Who's back now?
Henrich.
Yeah.
Robinson. Nash. They're good dudes. I mean, I'm not talking about necessarily all American players, but they're good. And they're a good cohesive unit.
And by the way, yesterday news, there's 3 more black shirts from
yes.
Nebraska. You got Jamari Butler, Nick Henrich, and Phelan Sanford are all black shirts. So
Nice.
12, is that 12 now, you said?
Yeah, they
12.
keep it at starters. And I don't know now. We're not making we're just not making as big a deal about the black shirt thing as we used to.
Right.
In part because they're just keeping it to the starters. Now, I don't know if that means these guys are starting this game or whatever, but yeah, there's 12 of them and they'll keep it at 11 or 12. The guys that they plan on starting, basically.
That is it for us. The Drive with Raph and AD is next. For Steve Sipple and Bill Busch, I am Jake Sorensen. See you.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.